YouTube has been deleting entire channels all year, and almost everyone has the reason it's happening dead wrong. And that one misunderstanding is exactly what's getting channels wiped out. In a single wave this year, 16 channels with 4.7 billion combined views and 35 million combined subscribers were deleted overnight. So that's around $10 million a year in AdSense revenue just gone. Millions of smaller channels have also followed suit. So in this video, I'm breaking down what actually changed and the 4 things you need to do to keep your channel safe. So let's start with the rule that just kicked off this entire ban wave. In July of 2025, YouTube renamed its old repetitious content policy into its inauthentic content policy, and barely anyone noticed when it happened. Then in 2026, they started actually enforcing it, and they enforced it hard. And that rename matters more than it sounds. So the old rule was about repetition, basically the same video reworded 50 times over on the same channel. The new rule is about authenticity, whether there's a real person with a real take anywhere in the content. And that's a much wider net, and it's why so many channels are getting caught this year. And this is where most people get it wrong. The rule does not mean that AI is banned. If you think the tool is the crime, you end up fixing the wrong thing. You swap out one AI voice for another, or you just reword the same scraped script over and over, and your channel is just as dead as it was before, because there's still nobody actually making anything. There's no human behind the content. The rule is actually a lot narrower than that. Mass-produced templated content with no original value gets demonetized and removed. That's the whole policy. It goes after slop, and it leaves the AI tools alone. It leaves the real creators alone. I mean, for the most part. Some people do get caught up in the ban waves. But a renamed policy is easy to shrug off. So let me show you what happened when YouTube started enforcing it. So the scale of this thing is bigger than even the doom and gloom videos admit. 2026 is the biggest crackdown YouTube has ever run. And that's not just my opinion, by the way. The CEO has openly confirmed they are going after AI slop. That wave of 16 channels that happened in January, the one I mentioned at the start of this video, those were proper businesses with teams and upload schedules and payroll, and YouTube just deleted them as if they were spam comments without even a demonetization warning first. And they are the famous examples, but the Purge goes so much deeper. YouTube has removed millions of slop channels in recent months, and a lot of them were finance channels. That's my corner of the platform. I have a finance channel, although it's not an AI slop finance channel. But this makes sense when you think about it, because high ad rates, endless news to scrape, and an audience searching for answers every single day, the slot merchants, I mean, they went where the money was in finance. So I've watched this happen up close. One of the bigger finance channels to pop off in 2025 and into 2026 was pumping out silver content that was AI. It was AI slop top to bottom, and it got wiped out with the rest of them. Now, a purge of that size makes every creator nervous, including the ones doing nothing wrong. So let's get specific about what exact kind of channels YouTube is removing, and then you could check your channel against it. So the channel getting removed right now is the faceless cash cow setup, the one where someone scrapes an article that they didn't write, runs it through AI text-to-speech, slaps a generic AI image or some stock footage over the top, and pumps out 5 videos a day. It's always the same fingerprint, text to video, recycled footage, and automated voiceovers. There's no face to it, and there's no original take anywhere on the channel. It's copying other people's work with just a few extra steps. Also, it kind of sucks. Is it just me that clicks away from a video the second I hear an AI voice? And if that's your channel, then you're the target. Every other video on this topic is probably selling you a workaround, a new voice model, or a new template to keep the machine running, and none of it actually works because YouTube is flagging the setup itself. So a new coat of paint doesn't change what it actually is. And I'll be blunt about this and where I stand on it. If that is your channel, it deserves to go. I'd rather work with real creators who care about what they make than defend slop for money. So run your channel against that list, and then you'll know if you're at risk. The trouble is the next change makes hiding nearly impossible if you are. And this is the biggest shift in the whole crackdown. YouTube stopped striking single videos, and now they judge your entire channel at once. So the old system struck individual videos. So one bad upload got 1 strike, and the damage was contained to that video. Now they look at the entire channel as one body of work. And at that level, a slop pipeline is impossible to miss. One templated video can pass for a lazy week. When they see 300 of them with the same voice, the same pacing, and the same structure uploaded 5 times a day, they know that they're looking at a slop factory. It also kills the oldest trick in the book. You can't hide a slop factory behind a few decent uploads anymore because the review covers everything you've ever posted, and one inauthentic pattern puts the whole channel at risk. It goes even further than that because YouTube is now banning entire AdSense accounts, and one slop channel on that account can drag every other channel down with it. So if you have a slop channel and then you have a proper channel, be careful, because if they're sharing AdSense accounts, you could be putting your real channel at risk. So you have to be on the ball with this. The only safe play left is consistently good content across the entire channel. Now let's talk about the 4 rules that will protect your channel. Rule 1 is the most important line in this whole video. You can use AI as long as you add real value. If you've been panicking because AI sits somewhere in the process, you can stop panicking. Using AI to help you write a script, tighten an edit, or clean up a voiceover is still allowed, and it's still monetizable. YouTube has said as much, and the enforcement backs it up, because channels using AI openly with a real person doing real thinking on top are sailing through untouched. I mean, I use AI in my overall process. The line is dead simple. Original, authentic content that adds value versus mass-produced templates. So your face, your voice, your commentary, your insight, that's your value, and no policy on the platform is going to touch that. And value doesn't have to mean sitting in front of the camera. It can be research the viewer can't get anywhere else, or your take on a story that everyone else is just reading out word for word. Faceless channels are fine too, as long as everything around that format is authentic. Real research, a real point of view, a real reason for the video to exist. One more bit of good news on this. YouTube wrongly banned some real channels in the early waves, and they appear to be unbanning them. So if you make real content, you're probably going to be fine. So rule number 2 is disclosure. If you make something realistic with AI, you have to mark it. The stuff you have to mark is realistic synthetic content, deepfakes, cloned AI voices, AI making it look like a real person said or did something that they didn't, and fake events presented as real. You don't have to disclose the everyday stuff. AI brainstorming, editing help, and clearly unreal or animated content, they're all exempt. So nobody needs a warning label on a cartoon, for example. Marking it takes 2 seconds. The toggle sits right in the upload flow. It's called altered content, and you just tick it, and that's it. You just admit that you're using AI, and then you are going to be fine. One warning though, if YouTube catches you using realistic AI content unmarked, they're just going to slap the label on it for you anyway, and then you look like you're hiding something. So you really shouldn't do it. My take is you probably shouldn't be making realistic synthetic stuff anyway, but if you do, just mark it. Just mark it. It's not that hard. Now, disclosure protects the platform. The next change is what's going to protect you yourself. Rule number 3, and this is a tool that everyone's complaining about, even though it's working for you. You've probably seen creators moaning about YouTube's likeness detection before. The bit that almost nobody mentions is the flip side of it. So now every partner program creator can now use the same system to catch AI deepfakes of their own face or voice and request takedowns. All you have to do is enroll in it once. It scans your uploads across the entire YouTube platform, or other people's uploads rather, for your likeness, and when something turns up, you review it and file takedowns from the same screen. This one matters to me directly because I've had a lot of deepfakes made of me. Not for this channel, but for my finance channel, which has grown quite fast, and people have taken advantage of the trust that my community has in me. Before this tool, I'd find them by luck, or when one of my community members pointed it out to me, and I'd have to file reports into the void and they would never get taken down. Now YouTube hunts them for you. So while everyone's arguing about the crackdown, part of it is about defending your face and your voice. Go turn that on, by the way. Okay, so that covers what changed and what's working in your favor. Now for the part that you actually have to act on. And rule 4 pulls it all together. A short checklist that keeps your channel safe for good. First, put yourself in the content, your face, your voice, your point of view. If you won't show your face, fine, that's okay. Plenty of great channels don't show their face. Then you can do a faceless channel, but at least use your real voice, no AI voices, because your real voice is the one thing a slop farm can't fake at scale. Well, you know, not yet anyway. Second, add real insights instead of templated filler. Use AI to help, then make the thinking yours, because if a viewer could get the same video by pasting the same article into a chatbot, you haven't actually made anything of value. Try to make content that actually has value. Third, if you ever do make realistic synthetic content, just disclose it with the altered content toggle. It's so easy, just do it. And fourth, don't mass produce. 5 templated videos a day is the exact fingerprint that they're hunting for. And one good video now beats 10 templated ones in views and in survival odds too. So if you make real content, this crackdown is good news. Every slop channel that gets wiped out was competing with you for the same views and the same ad money. YouTube is now doing your pest control for free. So strip away the panic, the whole thing comes down to one line. YouTube isn't coming for creators, it's coming for slop. Put yourself into real content and you've got nothing to fear. If you found this video useful, you might want to check out this video that's appearing somewhere on the screen.